Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Living for Today. Now, in my stream Saturday, I told a story, but there weren't really many people there. So I wanted to retell the story and tell it to all of you. This is the story of He-Man. Picture this, Cleveland, 1983. I lived on the east side of Cleveland off of Union. Anyone who is familiar with the area, I went to Union Elementary School. I lived on 71st and Ivy, which is the street right behind Union in an apartment building. Well, my grandmother lived on Union, in between a building and a store, catty cornered from the apartment building we lived in. You could see my grandma's backyard. So I lived in an area where everybody watched everybody, everyone knew everyone. All the parents in the neighborhood grew up together. No one ever really left the neighborhood. It was the kind of place where you could leave your doors open, your windows open, go out on vacation, and come back and somebody fed your cat and shut your door. Um, that's what Cleveland was like in the 80s when I was a kid. He-Man was the big thing. We used to get up early Saturday mornings, turn on the cartoons, and He-Man, we would just wait. And we'd gather around the TV and we'd watch, and then after we watched He-Man, we wanted to go outside and play it. Everybody wanted to be Prince Adam, and everybody's dog was Battle Cat. Everybody wanted to be He-Man and Battle Cat. So you had to have a shield, you had to have a sword. So we'd go outside and we'd find shields and make swords, like pick up sticks and use them for swords. We'd use garbage can lids as shields or whatever we could use. And we had a big tree in our front yard, this giant oak tree, so we always had sticks floating around to use as swords. But this particular day there wasn't. Now, the day before, I believe it was my mother's birthday because she had a party and all her friends were over. And when I got up in the morning, her friends were all sitting there drinking coffee, and I decided to go outside and play He-Man with my friends after watching He-Man. So I go and grab the lid off the garbage can and I start looking around the yard for a stick because all my other friends are already out in the streets playing. All the parents are sitting out on the porches talking, yelling conversations back and forth, drinking their coffee, just a regular 80s morning. So I'm walking around the yard and I just, for the life of me, can't find a stick. So I have no sword. So I go in the house and I'm just looking for a broomstick or anything I can use to play He-Man, and I find a sword. So I go outside and I'm excited. I put my garbage can lid on my arm and I grab my sword, and we're out in the yard, in our neighbor's yard, because our yard and the neighbor's yard connected into one, so it was like one big yard. That's where we would play. So everybody's playing in the yard, swinging their swords, and we're having a good old time. Neighbors are laughing and giggling, having the greatest day ever, with ear-to-ear smiles. And I hear, "Michael, get in this house now!" So, of course, I think I'm in trouble, so I run into the house as quick as I can. And Mom takes my sword from me and says I cannot take that sword outside ever. What I thought was a sword was not a sword. Let's go back to the day before at my mom's party. She got a gag gift at this party from one of her adult friends. Let's stop there and move back forward. Now, what I thought was a sword was a giant, yay big, double-headed, rubberized marital aid. Every one of the neighbors knew what I was swinging around. All the adults knew, but I didn't. And they all had the laugh of a lifetime at my expense. I didn't remember the story. My mom reminded me of it, and she's got dozens more of embarrassing stuff that I've done over the years. So if you like this sort of content, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and set that notification bell so YouTube can't steal your sub away from you. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope to see you again next time.